Hi guys, DAZ. As you can see, I've jacked the car up, ready to fit the Flow Designs front splitter. Fingers crossed. I'm going to give it a quick clean underneath, obviously, because of all the crap that's under there, and I'll get back to you in a sec. Actually, I should be wearing safety glasses, shouldn't I?
Go and put some on.
Nah, fuck it. I'm a home mechanic. So I've given the bumper a quick wipe over. I don't really want to take the bumper off, to be honest, if I can help it. It seems like you can do this without doing that. So after giving it a wipe underneath, obviously there's various clips, some posi screws underneath there to undo, so you can get your fingers in. I'll get back to you in a sec. So doesn't look like you need too much to fit this kit, to be honest. We've got a 10mm ratchet spanner, which is really handy to get in underneath the trim, because obviously you're pulling trim down, you've got to get your hand in, so it's good to have the ratchet spanner with the adjustable top to try and get hold of the locking bolt. We've got an 8mm drill bit, that's what the size you need. But it's good to have a couple of pilot drills just to mark your holes. Just a sharp implement to try and get into the side of the clips. 4mm Allen key. Some trim tools to obviously get into your clips once you've started the movement to lever them down. A flathead screwdriver, a long reach. Haven't used that yet, but. And then you've got the fitting kit that comes with the front splitter, some longer bolts, some shorter bolts, all explained on the instructions quite clearly. Some more little washers and some bolts for the winglets that go on the end of the splitter that fit into these brass fittings at the end, but we'll come back to that. Here we go. I'm just about to undo the posi screws underneath. As you always find underneath your car, you're always coming up against clips and things that are stuck. I've never had the bumper off this, so yeah, you can imagine what the clips are like. Actually, not too bad, but I'm finding the best way is to use a trim tool to get underneath into the actual clip itself, underneath the bumper trim, and then just prising it off with a screwdriver. Might be handy if you've got some spare clips knocking around. I think I've got some in the boot somewhere. Like I say, I've not had the bumper off before, unlike Ben and Chris at Cowbanger. I think their bumper on the FN2 was off more times than the prostitute's knickers, but yeah, so there you go. You can see you can get your hand in. It's a bit dark in there, but we'll see how we go. So obviously your trim's loose now, guys. You've taken your clips out, or you know, whatever. So you're making your bumper trim loose, so you can get your hand in. You can pull that right down. I'm not going to show you that at the moment because obviously I've got the splitter in place. But the centre line of the splitter sort of is in central with the centre clip on the bottom of the car, on the bottom of the bumper trim. The ends, you can see, they slot in here, just round this clip area. So if you get those snug up against that, it sort of follows its way around to the other side, and then you can push it up and sort of mark your hole with a pen or a sharp implement. And I think it's going to be best to get one central hole drilled to hold it in place whilst we fine tune it as such. This is doing it on your own, obviously. Just going to drill a pilot hole for the centre fixing, just so I can get something possibly in there to hold the splitter in place whilst I go along and mark the other holes. Obviously much easier to do with somebody else, but I want to try and show it like if you're doing it on your own on the drive. So we've got 4 40mm bolts and 6 30mm bolts. The 4 40mm bolts are the ones that go through the middle section, obviously because of the splitter lugs, to give it that splitter look. So the long bolts, basically the 4 along the middle. Ah, cramp! This is where this little implement comes in handy, your 10mm ratchet spanner. So I've located the middle bolt, one of the longer bolts in the kit, central on the bumper, sort of lines up with the clip like I said. This little beauty here, to get into the bumper and lock onto the top of the locking nut whilst you screw up with your Allen key, so it's so you can get a fixing on. So handy bit of kit.
Everything's all happened in the most awkward of places. Doesn't help being a complete and utter spaz either.
Mighty guns. This is where you. Oh,
I'll have to do a DAZ loses an Allen key compilation at this rate.
Yeah. Oh yes. I am liking that.
Like a glove.
We've got the instructions for the front splitter, so self-explanatory. 4 40mm bolts for the middle 4 holes, because you've got the lugs for the splitter to tip it how you want it, and you've got washers to adjust that if you need to, and you've got the 6 30mm long bolts. I keep coming out like going under the car like with no bins on, and then coming out with like looking like Elvis Costello. Okay, front splitter's on. I would take the bumper off, as Flow Designs tell you to do. Be a lot easier. But if you're going to do it this way, whilst you've got the car jacked up, you're going to need somebody to help you to pass your tools and stuff like that. Be a lot easier. A bit difficult to get your hand underneath the trim to pull it down whilst holding the bolt, get a washer on and put the nut on, get your ratchet in there, all those things. It's all doable, but you will need somebody to help you to pass you the tools, stop you getting in and out of the car all the time, rolling around. But yeah, take the bumper off, a lot easier. So now we've got the winglets, wings, whatever you want to call them. Flow Designs etched in there, CNC'd into the polyurethane or polyethylene. They fit there. You can have them where you want. You can literally move them in and out, slightly back and forward. But in general, they're going to sit sort of like that. You can have them as aggressive as you want, but yeah, we're going to crack on and see what one looks like fitted. we've done the front splitter, secured all the bumper trim up. So we're onto the side splitters now. Hopefully this won't take quite as long. So it's easy to get your hand in if you jack the car up. Yeah, it's just marking all the holes out really. Yeah, and quite a few nuts and bolts for either side, marked up again by Flow Design. So here we go. Piece of piss. Okay. Two more to go. Right guys, sorry to say the weather's changed quite dramatically, so I haven't been able to show you the fitting of the rear splitter. We've had to do it undercover where the lighting wasn't very good. But basically it's really easy. The rear splitter and the spats are really easy. I'll show you the instructions in a moment. Yeah, basically position it as you would in your front splitter. In the rear splitter itself, there's a groove, there's a cutout to go to the towing arm. It shows you sort of where to centralise it, and then you just mark your holes, drill your holes, happy days. You can reach in the back of the bumper to fix your locking nuts onto the top when you've got your washers on. Yeah, really easy. Same as the side skirts, very simple to do. As you can see on the diffuser at the back, the actual diffuser bits that are sticking out, they actually click into the diffuser. So they're really strong. It's best to do that after you've fitted it. So obviously you can get your screwdriver in or whatever you're using to your Allen key to do the nuts up, the Allen key nuts. So yeah, they slip in and they lock in. So they're really sturdy in the back there. You just push those in and they click in. The rear spats you just line up with the wheel arch here. And again, it's pretty self-explanatory. You can move them where you want them, but yeah, pretty easy to do again. And then you just put your winglets on underneath into the little brass fittings. Don't over tighten them. There's no need to over tighten them. As you can see, those winglets just slot in and they lock in to place on the main part. So should have no problem at all. I found it pretty simple. So happy days.
Lovely.
So we've got some stickers that were sent with the kit. As you can see, we've got an air freshener as well, and some details about Flow Designs. These will go on the car when it's slightly better weather. If you guys know me, you know I can't stand stickers and I won't have them on my car. So there we have it, guys. Flow Designs splitter kit fitted to the FN2 Type R. Since I bought the kit, the quality absolutely amazing. A kit arrived on time. Flow Designs were brilliant. I think the kit is great to fit, and I think the kit looks absolutely amazing. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Decided to paint the Flow Designs logo in their sort of colours on the front winglets. I don't know whether to do the rest, but I'm quite pleased with the front winglets, the way they've turned out. Let me know in the comments what you prefer. If you prefer the painted winglets, which I've got at the front, or the plain Flow Designs logo on the back ones. Just drop a comment. Okay guys, I'm going to wrap it up here because it's absolutely blooming freezing out here. It's caning it down with rain, so I'm going to finish the video here. Splitter kit's fitted. Hope you've enjoyed the video with me fitting it. If you do decide to purchase the kit, I'm sure you'll be really happy. Yeah, I think you'll agree it looks pretty good, so I'm really pleased. Thanks for watching. On to the next one. So we've got the...
Twat.
Ooh, it's DAZ. Right lads. Man.
No, that's...
How much I fucking hate stickers.
I was recording that.
So front splitters off. Here we go.